Hello, this is actually to make a clarification of what has been happening and what has been going on. A whole lot of you have been calling me, especially my journalist friends. I'm far away in Spain. I'm from Spain. I'm going to Canada. From Canada, I'm going to UK. From UK, I'm going to Ireland. But before I go to America, but let me just break a bit. It's a matter of greed and selfishness that is happening. This actually happened last year. The last time I traveled, they tried to impeach me because I refused to share the money that was meant for the radio station equipment, the PMAN FM equipment. And I insisted that they must agree for us to purchase the radio equipment, and went ahead and I purchased the radio equipment. And some of them were not happy about it. Some stopped coming to the office and that. This year, the problem is I brought a developer to manage the PMAN property, but for 2 years, this developer hasn't been able to do anything. And I got a funder that said he's going to provide from Brazil, that is going to provide 40 billion naira to help us finish the PMAN estate. But unfortunately, my ESCOs and the general secretaries are now doing deal behind me, trying to make the developer stay, because the developer promised them that he's going to give them one apartment each if they allow him to hold ground and run the activities and run the building. Meanwhile, the developer I signed was, I would say it's by mistake, it was my fault, doesn't have the capacity, doesn't have the fund, cannot build high risers, because what we design, what I design, I'll use the word what I designed for the Abuja property is actually a high riser. So because they found out that I already brought a developer that will bring, brought a sponsor, a funder that will bring 40 billion for the project. They were trying to route it so that the 40 billion will go to this developer on ground that we already signed JVA with. And I insisted, no, the developer can only manage, can only supervise. I'm not going to allow the money from Brazil to go into the hand of the developer. Instead, we want to deal with Julius Berger and the Red, the ones that we know that have been able to build high risers. But you guys saw what has been happening. But you will ask, why can't they do this when I'm around? Because they can't face me. Again, I don't have a problem. Once the NEC, National Executive Council, they are the highest making body, making decision in PMAN constitution. Once they say, pretty pack your load and go, I'll pack my load and go, not the NWC, not those bunch of people that haven't been to the office for 1 year. They don't contribute. They haven't brought any business. They haven't contributed any money. They haven't brought any contact to help PMAN. Everything you've seen recently was done by only me and me alone. So I think that's the beef. Even if I say, okay, if I vex up now that I'm not doing PMAN again and go, they will sell the property because they've tried to steal the document of the property, the one we bought from in Lagos from my office. So this has been happening, and I need people to know. Like I tell you, Theophilus, I shared my response to their query. So if you read the response of their query that I did, and you read the query that they sent to me, you understand that it's watered down, bunch of brainless people that think running PMAN is how to steal. Everything they've said about or whatever, suspension, how can they suspend me? They don't have the ability and capacity legally in PMAN constitution. The NWC cannot suspend me. And you can't even suspend me when I'm not around to defend myself. You will need to wait. Why didn't they wait when I come around? Well, the state chapters are dealing with it. I don't only want to venture into discussing it. I've left it for the state chapter, and they're dealing with it. I heard them and all that fighting over. They don't have the right. They would have reported the matter to the state chapter, which are the NEC, National Executive Council, before taking any decision. And they try to embarrass me just because I said we will not waste musicians' money. So this is just the whole story, and I think I've been able to explain more in a few. Thank you.